What's up, God? And welcome to any soul who find this channel. Today, I will be sharing with you the top 3 realizations I made about faith. And I only gathered this information through actually operating in faith. Because it's one thing to hear about it, but it's another thing to experience the lessons and insights that come from walking in it. So maybe you someone right now that faith is calling to just believe, and you're a little hesitant. Maybe this video can help push you over the edge and take that leap. So let's get right into it. The first realization I made about operating in faith is you must be willing to stand on decisions that make no logical sense. So this past year, I had to make a decision that made probably no sense to anybody around me. So let's say that you got a wedding to pay for. You have bills to pay for. You have a fiance, and your job comes to you and says, hey, you have to take this shot. And if you don't take it, you might lose your job. Now, logically, it makes sense to take the shot. Why? Because you have responsibilities. And you too grown to disregard that. But internally, it don't feel right to you. So you make the decision and say, you know what, I'm not taking a shot. And I'm just gonna, take whatever comes with that. To the people that love you, outside looking in, the decision you making makes no sense at all. They like, bro, you got bills to pay for. You got a fiance now. You got a wedding to pay for. And you're gonna lose your job over a shot? And it's during COVID. So the situation is, it might be hard to get another job. It ain't a guarantee you gonna get another job, and you got too much responsibility. And while your loved ones got all this information, because they making great points, and you can't refute it, and they got all this tangible evidence that points to and help you understand their line of reasoning, and the only thing you have is, it don't feel right. All you have is your faith. It's nothing tangible that you can point to help them realize or understand why you making the decision you making. So when that pressure starts to come, it's either, are you gonna fold or not? Are you gonna stand on your decision or not? So what gives you that strength? Your faith. To truly walk in it, to truly operate in it, it's a totally different thing than to talk about it. So that's the first thing. One of the first things you're gonna have to be able to do is make decisions that make sense to nobody. Which flows into the second realization I made about faith. You must be willing to walk an unknown path. See, when you walk this path and when you make this decision, you might not even see the end. All you going off is a feeling. So you have nothing tangible to show your loved ones, but also you have nothing tangible to show yourself. For we walk by faith and not by sight. I truly understand that now. I understand what that means. Because you might not have anything to see. And it might not even make sense to you. But if you operate in this faith, God's saying, well, it might not make sense now, but it'll make sense later. But you got to trust and believe to even get to that point. So even though you can't see the path, you don't know where it's leading, you still got to trust. That's a commitment that I didn't know nothing about until now. And the strength that comes from that Because at this point, it's an internal work that's going on. This is nothing external. You have nothing outside of yourself to help you with this. Even your loved ones don't understand this. They can't see it because you can't even see it. So you gotta be willing to walk an unknown path. And that takes faith. The third realization I made about faith is you must be willing to believe that which seems far-fetched. Which piggyback on what I've been talking about. See, when you walk and go through your journey, you might come across information that even challenge your current beliefs. Because remember, you made a decision based off of feeling. You didn't know what was coming from that though. But now you starting to see. As the time and the months go by, you starting to see. And information starting to come that's telling you about you. That's speaking to you about you. It's not even just speaking to you about God. It's speaking to you about God and how you relate to God. And are you going to be willing to accept that truth about yourself? For example, say you come to believe that you are the soul. What do that mean? And what do you have to accept to embrace that? Some can say that the soul is immortal. Well, if the soul is immortal, do you truly believe that? Because your whole life, you've been led to believe in death. We live and we die. But the Lord say you the soul though. You don't know death. You only believe in it. So now it takes faith to trust that you truly are that. It takes faith to even believe in yourself. That man, I'm really an immortal being. I'm really made in the image and likeness of the Most High. And that's on that side. When you look at this physical, material side, what if you come from nothing? No money, anything. And you got dreams to have $1 million one day. Nobody around you has seen $1 million. Nobody around you has seen 6 figures. How can you believe in that dream? What gives you the strength to believe in that dream? Faith. And you're not gonna see the $1 million before you believe you can get it. Just like you probably not gonna see God before you believe in him. Just like you probably not gonna see your true nature until you believe in yourself. First, the faith come first. Then you see. That's why it's important to walk by faith and not by sight, because it starts to open up things that your eyes was closed to previously. But it only comes to you if you give it the chance to. And faith is that water to the seed. Faith waters that seed and allows it to blossom and become what it is. And then you get to see what it is. Which leads me to this last thing. I'm going to give you a fourth one. Faith is a bridge to God. I really understand that faith is a bridge to God. Faith is a bridge to the unknown. Faith is a bridge to our wildest dreams, because faith allows us to be. Faith gives us the opportunity to allow that to become. Because if you don't have no faith in it and you don't believe in it, you're going to close it off. You're going to shut it out. You're not going to even consider it as a possibility. And when you don't consider it as a possibility, you don't give it the chance to be. So this is what my journey has taught me about faith and the power that comes from actually operating in it, and how that faith starts to grow and strengthen, and thus how that change how you move and how you think. It's a beautiful experience. You don't have to always see it. Sometimes you just gotta have faith.